Okay, a color of law complaint form involves an allegation that a government official used their apparent authority, even if abusing it violates someone's constitutional rights, typically reported to the Department of Justice Civil Rights Division or the FBI for criminal investigation, or filed as a civil lawsuit like a 1983 claim for damages also involving excessive force, false arrest, or discrimination. What it means, color of law, means acting with the appearance of legal authority, even if the action itself is illegal or beyond the official's actual power, e.g., police officer using their badge to commit a crime. Examples: excessive force, false arrest, sexual assault, fabricating evidence, theft, or failing to protect someone while performing official duties. How to file a complaint. Like if you're assaulted by one cop and a bunch of other cops stood around watching, they failed to protect you while performing their official duties. And then when they all jump in on you, they were acting under the color of law. Contact the FBI, are the lead federal agency for investigating these violations. Contact the DOJ Civil Rights Division. They prosecute these cases. Use their online complaint form to report violations of federal civil rights statutes. How to file a complaint. Seek legal counsel, consult an attorney to file a civil lawsuit in federal court or damages. Be specific. Your claim must detail the date, time, location, specific actions of the official, and how your constitutional rights were violated. Key takeaway, color of law complaint isn't just about any misconduct. It's about misconduct where the official used their government position to commit that act, leading to potential federal crime charges or civil lawsuit. And that's what I talked about before. That's called deprivation of rights under the color of law. Okay. And then I told you about how acting under the color of law is against the law, which is deprivation of rights under the color of law. And this is, I guess, the theme of legal reform. To stop this, stop our public servants from operating under the color of law, and make it the year where we all stop living under the color of law, where everybody lives up to the oath and their legal obligations behind that oath. And I'm almost up to 300 videos, and at least 250 of them. So a lot of stuff has got to be done, and it isn't. It's their job description, but they're not doing it, and they won't do it unless you file a complaint, like deprivation of rights under the color of law, and you want to label it clearly a conspiracy against rights under the color of law. Because anybody that orders somebody else to deprive you of those rights, that's a conspiracy. That's called a conspiracy. When two or more people do something to deprive you of your rights under the color of law, it's a conspiracy against rights under the color of law. Under the ADA should be filed with the Department of Justice within 180 days of the alleged discriminatory act, which that statute of limitations is in the interest of the bar, not in the public interest. Remember, people, all laws must be in the public interest. They're putting a limit on what you can do about things you didn't know about. You know, they're holding you to the education of a legal learned professional. That's not fair at all. You know, just cite, not in the public interest, you know, in the interest of the bar. All right, I want this to be the year where we all stop living under the color of law. I want this to be the year where we all stand together and stop the deprivation of rights, because what they take from one, they take from all. Once they cancel out due process, you think that's just going to be against the immigrants? No. That's the testing point. That's to see how people will go for it. Somewhat of a litmus test to see how many people allow it. And it's illegal. I mean, they can't do it. That's not in the public interest. Democracy is based on the needs of the greater good. You know, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. We're supposed to put the oath and all the obligations of it first before any personal or private gain. And I went through that in some of my other videos. All right, people, I just wanted to let you know about color of law complaint form. You know, I went over a lot of laws that are being broken, so you should take a look at the other videos. I was talking to a young lady the other day, and she was complaining about a law, and she said it didn't sit right her. We talked about it. I said, so it's illogical. Yes, I said, that makes it illegal. See, all laws are created in the public interest. She says, yeah, but that's in the interest of so. I said, yeah, I know, because they got the money. They bought this deregulation, but no, you know, that was illegal. That was under the color of law, simply because it was in the interest of a few, not the many. All laws must be written in the public interest. This is how we maintain the public trust. You can refer to the preamble, the rules of professional conduct on that line. Okay, people, God bless. Good night. May your Creator always be with you and rain many blessings. I wish you a long life and good health. Peace be with you.